Good morning. Very warm welcome back. So how is it going in this second day where we get to build this continuity together? Just want to see if translation is fine. I just need to mute. Yeah, Turkish, not sure if we'll be welcomed back by the West Balkans translator soon. So we're going to start with a short video story of the man falling off the cliff as a revision.
There is a story about a man who falls off a cliff. As he falls, he grabs hold of a branch and, hanging from it, desperately calls out to God to help him. God replies, "I will help you, but you have to obey me." The desperate man says, "No problem, I will obey you for the rest of my life. I trust you. But I need saving right now, and this branch is about to break." God replies, "I'm impressed. Not many have such trust and make such promises. So, now, let go of the branch." There is a long silence, and then the man asks, "Is there anyone else up there who can help me?" No one is there, and so he has to let go. And when he does, he discovers that he was already close to the ground. He was never in any real danger. In fact, he can go back onto the branch and now play there. He has gone from panic to playfulness. That's the difference that feeling secure makes. This is all of our stories. We're all...
It would be great to hear your reflections on this story and any experiences in the homework and what has been important for you. We had the homework in the chat, so drawing the picture speaks 1,000 words. There's something simple to be reminded. And I like this quote by Bertrand Russell: "The fact that an opinion has been widely held is no evidence whatsoever that it is not utterly absurd." I'm going to put that in the chat also. So in a way, we are all assuming ownership of what is clearly temporary and acting in this way, and fabricating, in a sense, a mindset of desperation where we feel we are going to lose. So we try to drive ourselves, thinking it's progress, into claiming more. And it's so clear to see when we zoom out or take a step back, and the wisdom to bring into mind the guest perspective, even if it's 1 minute. That was another homework. 1 minute for holding the sky, which is just bringing our mind into that simplicity of light and color. But 4 minutes was really going into the depth of the experience of the invisible traveler. So happy to hear your thoughts, experiences, and meanwhile, welcoming back Prashant, and good morning.
Thank you. Hello and welcome back. That story summarizes, the essence of what we discussed yesterday. We can see that little world and our little journey there as if it is the whole thing. We said we can't see the obvious when we are having such blind spots. We can't even see our own exit, guaranteed exit. We can't see it. But attitudes are very childish, as if we are going to be here forever and collecting treasures. And some simple word like a guest helps us to see the bigger map, at least helps us to stretch our intellect. And we saw that is necessary. Otherwise, it is not just scholarly ideas, but to take benefit, we as if need a different vessel, bigger vessel, and in this case, the broader intellect. Let us experiment with it right now. Let us create this 4 minutes. And right now, we are reminding that we all have experience of being a guest. And first thing guest knows is of his guaranteed exit. He knows he doesn't belong there. He knows it's a foreign place for the guest. He doesn't create dependencies, doesn't create attachments, doesn't start collecting things there, claiming things. But nice result of this, he knows he loses nothing. He experiences freedom. He experiences lightness. He knows that he is never to be a victim. He knows beforehand he's a guest. We remind ourselves that we are guests on this planet. And being guests, we know we don't own anything on this planet. And so we never lose anything. The invisible traveler is a guest on this planet. He knows he doesn't own anyone else on this planet. And so he never loses anyone. He knows he doesn't own a single atom on this planet. He, the invisible traveler, he's just flying past. He is the invisible observer, he's the invisible guest, but he's just going past this world. He doesn't need to own anything, doesn't need to claim anything. So he knows he doesn't lose anything, ever. He doesn't lose a single atom in this world. Complete liberation. This world cannot deprive him of anything, cannot deny him of anything. He just knows it is a foreign world. Doesn't create any bondages. The invisible traveler, he experiences the security of the guest. He experiences the freedom of a guest. He experiences complete lightness of a guest. He also experiences the appreciation of a guest. He finds every moment is an extraordinary gift. Like a tourist. He experiences a mind that is free from the victim and the beggar. It's a huge shift. He has no dependencies. He experiences the gratitude of a guest. As we continue on our journey, we remind ourselves of this option to see the same world from a different angle. We see the same world from a different perspective. We have the option. We have the option to experience the noble mindset in a second. Thank you. So far, we have seen our attitude towards this physical world. We represented the physical world in the image of that box, and saw how easy it is to change our perspective towards it. We saw we are guests there. We are travelers. Today we are going to see, we agree that we are guests and we are travelers. But these travelers, are they just floating around or do they belong somewhere? We are seeing the spiritual model. And spiritual model takes a position that the whole physical world is a theater. So what we are seeing here is a theater. And that's why there are these curtains. We are seeing this stage. And if that is a stage, and we are dealing with a theater, question to you, what is this that we see here? It's a theater, agreed. And there are curtains.
It's the actor.
Sure. Any other word? So in the drama, there are props and there are many things going on.
It's not the actor, maybe the character.
Yes. So in this model, what we are seeing, the actor does not belong to the stage. The actor only comes on the stage actor is associated with the whole drama and the story. Actor comes out of the stage. Actor belongs to a different world. Any performance. Actor is not part of the story. An actor is associated with a mask and he plays a character. Actor is always there playing a role, a character. And on the stage, there are props and plots and other characters. There's a script, there's lots going on there. Huge performance. But the actors are completely separate from all of that. They are very much involved. The actor is fully involved. He's right there in the character. But at the same time, he's 100% free from the whole story. If that whole performance is cancelled, the actor has got nothing to lose. 100% free. He doesn't mix his life with the character. Now, in this model, this actor, this invisible guest, invisible traveler, is the invisible actor. And this invisible actor has his own world. And his world is very different to the stage. To begin with, the stage is very gross. And a stage has to be gross in a cardboard and wood. Whereas your world is not like that. So also here, your world is very subtle, just opposite. The stage, there's constant sound. It is a world of noise, non-stop. That is the way drama is. Drama shouldn't be quiet. People will enjoy drama where there is sound, music and drums and trumpets, then drama is good. So here, the home of these actors, it is of complete silence, absolute silence. This stage, every episode has a beginning and an end. Nothing is permanent. Whole theater, whole performance comes to an end. Whereas your home, there is no beginning, no end. It is timeless, exists forever. So also the actors exist forever. This theater is not a place to take support because whole thing is insecure. If it is whole thing is going to finish, you don't take support there from anything. Your world, your home is secure. Everything is secure. Your family, home, everyone, including you, immortal, safe. Now we are seeing that the whole complete, when we see the complete picture, it appears just right. And that you got a home, you got a true family. All belong to this family. There are no partitions, no divisions, no religions and no nations. It is one family in a true sense, not just nice poem or song. Here it is a family and one home, and there is true equality. No one is a king there, and no one is the leader of the opposition, and there is no subject. They are all equal. On the stage, there is all kinds of varieties. There is no equality on the stage. We are billions of us. They are all different. Such is the drama. Drama has to be like that. Then drama becomes rich if there is variety. we are seeing this in a complete map, and more one is grounded in your home and your real world, then you can enjoy the variety in the theater, and you can enjoy the beginning and the end of the theater. You are happy to go there, happy to come out, because you know of your world. What can happen is we get drawn into this drama. Drama has got this power. It is lots of glitter and gold there in the drama. So that has power to pull you, and that is what has happened. The downward spiral is because of the glitter and gold. So as one gets drawn into this drama and goes in that direction, then time comes, it crosses this dotted line, dotted green line. And across the dotted green line, you are disconnected from your world. It is not just a nice glitter and nice gold. Now you are so impressed with it, you are drowning into it now. We sometimes tell a story in a honeybee, you give it a honey pot, and honeybee is so impressed with the honey pot, it jumps into the honey pot. Then what happens? You are then drowning into the honey pot. Honey going into your nose and ears, and you're suffocating because of the honey. And you can't use your wings. You can't even breathe. This is the story of when we cross that dotted line. You're drowning into that story world, and you are not able to see even your world. At this point, he is disconnected from his world, disconnected from his family, disconnected from his treasures, and disconnected even from himself. Such is the extreme situation. He doesn't even know who he is. He is lost in the story. So yesterday we just saw that we get into this ignorance. We cross the line of ignorance and start thinking mine, mine. But that downward spiral, it takes the whole crowd into the extreme, where they lose themselves in the story, and they become upside down. They are completely disconnected from their world and now living in a fiction. It is not a joke for them, because they suffer because of that situation. They take everything personally. They experience loss. They experience life of a victim and a beggar. So it becomes a real problem. Superficially, when we say, what a joke, but for those who cross the line and really believe in that, they feel that is their world, and it becomes a reason for sorrow. We give an example. Let us say, taking two examples. One person, her name is Mary, and other person, her name is Kavita. Two names. They are acting in a drama. Mary is acting as a camel, and Kavita is acting as an elephant. in a children's drama. And drama is for 10 minutes. So the Mary is on the stage, and acting as a camel. There's a mask of the camel, and people are seeing the camel. No one is seeing Mary. No one knows that there is Mary. They all are. They like camel very much, and they love camel. But there is a Mary behind. Mary is 100% free from the whole drama and fiction and camel. She's on the stage and she's with the mask, and everyone sees her as camel, but she knows she's Mary. She knows about Mary before the drama, during the drama, after the drama. 100% free from the camel. She knows this. When the same person crosses the line, what happens? She starts to believe that she's the camel. Mary thinks she's the camel. Imagine that drama was not for 10 minutes, but continuously for 10 years drama. Then what will happen? Mary will feel, I have not seen Mary. Where is this Mary? My life is all of this camel. Everyone loves camel, and this is the reality. That's the way she will tell herself. This is the reality. Camel and elephant, my life is here. And it may be nice, this Mary, but it is more a theory for her that there is someone called Mary. And there is a good chance of crossing the line, especially if the intellect is clouded. And once you cross the line, then you are disconnected from the world of Mary. When Mary was conscious, she knows of her parents and she knows of her home, she knows of her life. And the camel drama was just a nice joke for 10 minutes. When you cross the line, then camel is you. And it matters what elephant does, it matters. If elephant is creating problem to the camel, it matters. Someone criticizing the nose of camel, it matters. So this becomes the life when we cross this dotted line. So here, we have to ask, here we all are the invisible actors. This model tells us, that the spiritual knowledge tells us that everyone is the invisible traveler, is the invisible actor, and they are very, very lucky. They got a home and they are immortal. They belong to this great family, noble family. Extraordinary. That truth is extraordinary. And then there is a drama of a camel and elephant and a dragon. It's a great gift. It is on top of all this. This drama doesn't change your world. There may be villains in that drama, but it is all a joke. It is not harming anyone. That half an hour drama. But when one crosses the line, it is not a joke anymore. Dragon is not a joke. Villain is not a joke. It all becomes a major problem. The victim comes in, beggar comes in, sorrow comes in. Do you know anyone who has crossed the line? In your town, do you know anyone who has crossed the line?
Yes, many, nearly everyone, something. Multiple examples.
This is the story. Yeah. Whole lot. When we start crossing, we take everyone else with us. So even to observe this is a good thing. To at least know this is what has happened. That is a necessary milestone. Plato, one philosopher, he says, we don't know that we don't know. So we cross the line, we go into this camel world, and then no one can tell us that this is a story and you are something different. It is like then it is a state. We don't know that we don't know. It is like a double block, double ignorance. And here, at least to know this is what has happened. Okay, so how can we come out of this? Is that possible? Is it likely? Even to have the question, that is a positive sign, as opposed to someone says, no way, it is not possible. This is all that. This is the real world. Camel and elephant, this is the world. I don't want to know anything more. And then within the philosophy of Raj Yoga, we use the words paras. Paras is like the elevated intellect, refined intellect. And opposed to paras is gross intellect, that is called Pathar. Petra, Patros, Peter all means stone. And Sanskrit word Pathar also means stone. But we are using it for the intellect, gross intellect. And with gross intellect, you can't go beyond that story of camel and elephant. That becomes your world in a big way. So one with Pathar, he will say, there is nothing more I need to know. This is the world, and that's it. There is no question about anything beyond Pathar. Paras has a sense of the subtle. So it is possible for Paras to see, there is something beyond. Okay, there is an invisible actor. Okay, for him there are possibilities. He has a sense of the subtle. He remains open. But other aspect of Paras, it's a broad intellect. Pathar is narrow. Yesterday we saw that there is obvious blocks. We can't see the obvious. We are into this insecure world, and it takes full support of this insecure world. He relies fully, invests fully in this sinking boat. He can't even see it has an end. And then screams also. So gets more into trouble. Sinking boat, and you are investing, you are looking for security in that sinking boat, then he feels more deceived, more trapped. So that happens with Pathar, whereas Paras can see the bigger map, and they can see eternity. He can see the exit. It is obvious for him. This is a temporary time. I'm here. Just like we said, guest for 2 hours or guest for 100 years. He says it is a temporary. 2 hours, 2 minutes doesn't make a big difference. I'm a guest. 2 minutes or 20 years. They said there is an exit that is very, very obvious for him. And he is more interested in his world. And so Paras is the one who can relate to the big map. What we are seeing here, the sketch that is drawn, that is the Paras perspective. Paras can see this in a very, very naturally. Yes, there is a family here, okay, and then The world is eternal and safe, secure, sure, and we come here in a theater. We are involved in a temporary theater. That is the Paras perspective. One who is Paras doesn't cross that line. Paras naturally remains above the line. As was said, cross the line is ignorance. Paras is opposite of it. Paras is the sign of wisdom, higher intellect, refined intellect. A good thing to know, everyone has Paras and everyone has Pathar. Just as every human being got all the muscles. It is not that some have some muscles and some have less, and some other muscles. Everyone got muscles. And then, which muscles you use more, they become stronger. Muscles that you have not used, they atrophy. And same thing happens with our brain cells. If you don't use certain brain functions, those nerve cells die literally. Or those same nerves are used for some other functions. But you will lose that function. For example, at one time, people used to remember telephone numbers of their friends, everyone else. They used to remember the numbers. And now you don't need to remember the numbers. And what happens if you are not remembering the numbers? That function will be lost. And in subsequent generation, they don't need to remember the numbers. And then even some 4 digits, they won't be able to remember. Because the nerves are not there. Intention may be there, but he will have to start building. Everyone can build it. So also they can build any muscles. They can build the functions or mental functions. But here we have Paras. But there is a but. What is this but? We have not used Paras for a long time. In fact, we have not used it for a very long time. So because society is like that. Pathar society, whole structure is Pathar. And Paras is not used. But it is there, intellect is there. And we have the option to use it. That's the good news. So yesterday we had this homework, some practices, and we said also to draw the sketches. And all of this is like a training. There may be little resistance to this. Resistance because Paras is not there. Some might say, I can't do this even for 1 minute. No problem. We can do it for 10 seconds. We can do it for 20 seconds. And we start with something like this. And as you do this, the function develops and that the Paras becomes stronger. We have to build muscles. On the first day, a person may not be able to run a marathon, but he starts with 100 meters and then goes for 200 meters. In time, he can run a marathon. But he has to build muscles. Same thing for us. Our aim is very, very high. Here is a big, big prize right in front of us. Extraordinary prize is right in front of everyone's nose. But to experience it, we need the right apparatus. And we need the intellect. And we, along with knowledge and everything else we are doing, we have to build this. So let us hear some thoughts from you and anything you want to add.
Yes. Building the muscles that we have it already really gives understanding, like why conceptually it makes sense. But we need to also refine practice the muscle to experience it and hold it. So it gives understanding and also hope that we do have it, but it's keep using it and making it more natural by having used. And then it gives patience because we don't build a muscle overnight. Question: if we consider the movies in the movie industry, the actor is valued based on the role he plays in the movie or the kind of acting he or she does. So in this real world theatre, does the role of an actor or the acting of the part matter to the value of the actor?
Actor is not valued based on the part. One who played the part of Gandhi in the film, in his next part was of a villain. He did not say, I'm only going to play the part of Mahatmas. He said, I'm an actor, I'm not Gandhi. He still got prizes. So it is not based upon the part. Part is nice, but there is an actor behind. Actor gets the prize, not the character.
Would you say what makes a good actor is the one that is most free from the role?
Yes, that is a very important part. In this drama, most important for us is to be sensible. One who really is deceived by the part thinks that he's James Bond, then they will send him to the hospital. Who is really disconnected from his world and thinks he is James Bond. Our situation is as extreme as that. We are disconnected from our world.
The question: if the actor is free from the story, then should the actor not intervene in the matters of fellow characters on the stage at all, even if their storyline is connected on the drama stage? Is the question clear?
Yeah. We are acting. Everyone is acting. Right now I'm acting, and this is a drama going on. We have to act, and we do the part, whatever that needs to be done. But let us play the part in clarity rather than in ignorance. When you are in clarity, first thing you know is that everyone is safe, everyone is immortal, everyone is noble. You have not lost the real world. You are very aware of the real world. And then let us play the part in the drama. So you do intervene, you do act, but you do not act from the Pathar, you act from the Paras.
Yes, it's clear. We only know perhaps intervention from Pathar, so it's like a new thing, isn't it? This involved detachment. freedom to act, but completely separate from the not invested in result. I was thinking this, we have like gratitude of practice, and it feels like it's the result. So whether it's gratitude or freedom from dependency or freedom from expectations and validation, it's not the practice, but the result of this view. But does it help to activate this view to start to appreciate things? Does it kind of support the stepping back? Is it clear, the question?
And the first part, you want to hear again?
It feels like these things that create freedom, freedom from dependency, freedom from expectation, the role play, it's the result, not the practice.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say about that?
Yes, so we have to do the homework, and as we do the homework, right now we are getting the glimpse of what the whole picture is, and it is really the drama. It is really the theater that becomes the attitude of the paras. As paras become stronger, you will enjoy the drama, every moment of it, and we have one actor here, and he acts for BBC, and so they phone him, and he goes, and he has to play the part or whatever that needs to be done. And he says, I have been killed many times, and he laughs about it. So he goes there, and in the drama, sometimes he gets killed, and sometimes he's beaten up. He says, but next time they ring him, he goes there again. He's happy to go. Yes. So also here, once you understand this is a stunt, this is a drama, everything of the drama appears amusement. You understand the real world behind, and you see everything the right way up. When we have crossed that dotted line, we see everything upside down. And something that is really made for amusement, we see it as a reason for sorrow. Everything gets twisted. People cry for nothing.
It's clear, thank you. No other questions right now?
And Sarah, want to add anything?
No, maybe a practice is also.
Yes. So about practice today, it is very, very simple. We just need to use paras. That becomes like a simple meditation. We all have it, and we just have to use it. It is a bit like that. It is almost like using new glasses, and you can see clearly. Right now, we are using paras. Give of a second. And if we are using paras, we go for 100%. Not mixed. And we are seeing 100% paras. And what happens? We see that here is a grand story. All that has happened since morning happened in a story. What an amazing performance. It's such a big drama stage. And we are not saying it metaphorically, it is not a poetic. We are really seeing a performance. Right now, this is also a story. Prashant talking here, that is also happening in the story. We understand there is nothing to complain in a story. And there is nothing to worry about in a story. Nothing to crave for, nothing to cry for. It is a story. Story has got different characters, different script. Variety. So rich, such a rich production. With Paras, we are able to come beyond the story. And beyond the story is silence. There is no noise of the story. No noise at all. Beyond the story is the real world. Always. In the story, it is fiction. Beyond the story is real. We see this world in the image of a sky. World of light. We see this in gentle red color. Expanse. And in this world is the true family. They are like the living stars in this sky. This region is timeless, changeless, endless, exists forever. And all this is living stars. They are immortal. One is they are immortal, and another is they are beyond harm. Nothing in the three worlds can harm them, even the slightest. And the story cannot harm anyone. This world is timeless, secure world. These living stars, they exist forever without needing anything. They have no needs. They don't need food, water, they exist. So naturally free from the desire, ignorant of the word sorrow. No desires, no disappointments. Never a beggar, never a victim. They are noble forever. They feel they are lucky. Silently they feel this. They are lucky. They are beyond harm forever. and they never need anything for their existence, whatever. All are like this, always. If there are no desires, no disappointments, what remains is silent joy, silent contentment, silent peace. One is they are beyond harm and they are harmless forever. Such is this natural nature. Their personalities are noble. That's why the atmosphere is of love. They all appear lovely and loving. All are like this. Childlike, harmless, innocent, carefree, desireless, sorrowless. All worthy of love. They are lovely, loving, and lucky. From here, we look in the far, far distance. We see the performance. We see the present scene. We know it is a performance. We know it is a theater. And as this invisible traveler comes in this theater, he remains the invisible traveler. He remains the invisible observer. Witness to this grand performance. He aims to remain paras. That is, he remembers his world. Understands this world of fiction is never his world. He remains connected to his subtle and eternal world beyond. Invisible traveler, he becomes the invisible observer. Remains the invisible observer. Remains conscious. Thank you.
Thank you. Reminds me of practice of the separation of the body and the being as the driver in the car. So we're seeing the two different things. So you've got the mask, and then you have the actor. So you have the car, like the body, and the driver, who is the being or the operator. So you are looking through the windows of the car, but you're not the car, kind of thing. And this may be interesting to hear your thoughts on this question, because you were saying the feelings remaining conscious. The question, there is a risk when the actor is playing the role of getting lost in the thoughts and the feelings. What is the way the actor can distance themselves from the thoughts, feelings of that role consciousness, and not see them as part of their identity?
Yeah. So right now we are deeply into that. That is like a 24-hour life is we are into the story and in the character. In such a state, for us to just step back for 1 minute and see the life of the actor without any of these things, that will be the beginning. We have to literally start from zero, here. We use the word soul consciousness for this. And so we have to start with that. Our journey is other way around, how to nourish the soul perspective. In our ordinary state, there is no, we are drowning into the pot. So there is more honey and more, it makes no difference. We are already drowning. So if we begin to come out of it, then we will get a contrast and we know what is possible for us. And it will continue to grow. It starts with, as was said, half a minute, 1 minute, you step back, but then you see the contrast. It is possible not to suffocate. That option is there. We have the wings. You are discovering all these things.
So you're saying, first, let's see what that is. That
Yes.
starting position. We'll come back to how we stay there later, but first
Yes.
start with that. See, and then the contrast.
Yes.
Because it is sticky, but we have so much dumped into the drama. I also feel hearing the commentary, it's good to make it more clear that it is an objective language you're using. He remains the invisible traveler, the observer. And it's quite powerful to use a language which creates cleanliness in a way. So I know the word third person, it can be used. I like the word Sita because it's like connected to star. So you can say the Sita as if giving it a personification, and Sita is looking through the eyes of the mask of, in this case, Sarah. I'm not using this in my everyday life, like I introduce myself and make it complicated, but just for my meditation, to see the view of Sita, the star. So that was one thought from here.
Yeah, nice.
No other questions?
I want to tell a story. Story for today. And this is a story of eagle. And this particular eagle lays an egg amongst the hen, amongst the eggs of the hen. And the baby eagle starts growing with the hen and trying to become a good hen. And everyone is complaining, this is a funny looking hen and trying to become This baby eagle is trying to become a good hen, really bothered by non-stop criticism going on. One day, this eagle sees another eagle in the sky. He says, "Wow, what is that in the sky?" And they all say, "That is king of the birds. That is eagle that plays with the clouds. But we are chicken. No, we are birds of the land. That is bird of the sky. That bird can cross the mountains and rivers and can reach anywhere. But we are from the chicken run." So this eagle listens to chicken, continues to behave like a chicken, and one day dies as a chicken. What is the message? Those who have not heard this story before, you can answer first. What is the message?
Don't be a chicken.
The big message in this is to understand the potential. The chicken doesn't know the potential, doesn't know that it is the eagle, and quite settled to be a nice chicken, paint the feathers, use high heels, be a tall chicken in the chicken run. And the second message is, don't listen to the chicken. You will remain in the chicken run. This is our story. All are from the sky. Very, very clear, you get an idea. All are from the sky. All are from the world of eagles. But they all are thinking they are chicken. And they all are trying to become a good chicken. Okay, let me ask you one scenario. This chicken goes to a therapist, and therapists are clever. So therapist puts on the glasses, a chicken therapist, and he says, "You are not chicken, you are an eagle." But he says, "Get another opinion, second opinion. I can see you are an eagle. So you don't have to worry about this becoming a good chicken." So what should he do now? Now that he is asked, get a second opinion. Should he take second opinion? Do you want to tell? Should he get a second opinion?
He wants to be more sure, maybe. Like he's doubting. So yeah. So should he, he should explore the possibility of being an eagle before checking with others. Okay. He should Google what to ask AI. Why not? If it works, maybe it will work. There's nothing wrong to double check. Better check.
No harm. No, actually, here the situation is that now he got a hint that you may be eagle. He has the option to use the wings. Hint was all that was required. And now he can experience the sky. Prove the eagle to yourselves. And then you don't need a second opinion. You will save money on that expense. But the second opinion, it is like a surprise that one therapist gives the opinion you may be eagle. Most of the chicken, they don't see the eagle at all. They are so caught up in the chicken run, their world is the chicken. They don't even know that there are eagles or anyone can be the eagle. So here also, our situation is like this. You get a hint. If anyone gets a hint, that is all that you need. You have the option now to use the wings and explore and find a proof yourselves. You will not get a proof with the stone intellect in the chicken run. The factors are against you. With all the chicken around, or those who don't even know the sky, you will not get a proof there. But you have the paras, you have the wings, and now you got a hint. That is, that's all that you need.
And nice that all are eagles.
That's nice. Yeah, all are eagles, and they all are associated with the chicken run. All are from the sky. Happy to, if you're planning to take a break, that is.
Yes. Maybe a quick question first about chickens. The eagle would feel different from the chicken because his abilities are different and they're beyond. So self-reflection is to see what is the real identity. In other words, following the heart as well, what the heart says.
Heart in the head. Right now, here we are understanding that this invisible traveler is subtle and immortal and noble and divine without any exaggeration. Such is the extraordinary truth of this invisible traveler. He is safe and his world is sky. So very different to the world of the body and bodily beings. So as you said, eagle is so different to the chicken. And this is the shift that we have to bring about. This is what we have to play. Paras makes it easy. Each time you are playing with it, as if you are getting familiarized to this idea. We are so used to this being treated as a chicken and thinking you are a chicken and trying to become a good chicken and painting the feathers. It is seen as a normal culture. And now you are seeing things differently, even for 1 minute. You are seeing differently, getting familiarized with the notion that we are subtle. It is not a spiritual chicken, but you are nothing to do with the chicken. Chicken world is different, and you are invisible, and you are immortal, and you are divine. You clean start, unmixed. That's why we yesterday used the image invisible traveler is flying past. Try and get a feel of this 100% separate and not to be mixed. We can do this for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and then it will continue to become more and more normal. And to think you are the body, that should appear very, very strange. and it is strange.
Like thinking you are the limited role, because even that we go through so many different experiences, so nothing is fixed. And yes, even the body physically changes. The wings, if the eagle that thought he was chicken in the coop, he's not used them. So it's similar to Paris, isn't it? To start using the wings because they become intrepid. So it's a similar, very similar, training. So first the head, the knowledge, understanding that there are wings, use them, feelings, the heart follows. Subtle, isn't it? But we're feeding the notion. So shall we have a break with this question? What is the experience beyond the drama? So that could be nice to create almost meditative sharing, if you like, in the rooms. And what is meant by paras intellect, pata intellect? Maybe exploring, clarifying. That sound okay?
Yes, good.
So that's in the chat now. And as always, we share that it's an opportunity for each one to share what has been important for you, and giving room for everyone. There may be a coordinator. If not, someone may like to take that role. So see you back in just over 10 minutes. Thank you. Welcome back. I hope that you had enough time for sharings. And before we continue on, let's take a moment for this experience of that home of the actor. Thank you. Today we'll be hearing some reflections from Sanjay, and so I'd like to welcome and introduce. So looking forward to hearing some thoughts from you. Good afternoon.
Hello everyone, nice to see you again. So as usual, those conversations in the room are brilliant. We all like the possibilities beyond the drama. Like one who succeeds to stay above can really have this peace, happiness, and joy without any impact of what is going on there in the drama. This is a best gift ever one can have. It is kind of a lottery even. So even if the role is not nice, like what was said, a villain, but yeah, it's not connected to the actor, it's just a part to play. Any actor, did you see any actor that is not enjoying playing what part he has been given by his director? No, so this is also an option with this model to work with. Each and every second can be just joyful. So the feelings of freedom and the feelings that every second, and one of the members compare it to how God sees everything. Each second he sees it, observe the drama, and just entertained by the drama, knowing that it's only a theater and nothing is going to happen to his actors actually. Another thing was a question raised: how do people around us should feel when we are practicing this, let's say, out of drama experiences, because they can get it wrongly. And there was this story about atheists that were looking at one who lost his son or lost his brother, let's say, and wondering why is that one not crying, not in distress, not mourning, not having that pain. And yes, this how will be looked at, but eventually it seems that if we are being authentic and really imbibed this position of an actor, the one who just come here, and everyone is like this. Each and everyone out of those 8.5 billion people are the same fortunate like those who know, and only few know. And we are out of those few. So when we stay calm and cool and authentically and still loving, involving, yes, empathizing also others, it will work eventually. And the experience here, yes, it is working. Because the feeling here and the experience here that people, when times are stressful, are looking for people like us that can stay peaceful and calm and just get the atmosphere that surrounding us. This is a practical experience from the last few months here. So thank you.
Thank you. It has a lot of power having come from your experience. And I think sometimes words are not the thing that always helps, because it's a process to get to the point where you really want to understand. It's very personal, but the feeling of relief from someone who's staying in that presence, that calmness, even though on the stage so much can be happening, that is a big message, isn't it? So perhaps this is one aspect. And then when they want to know more, what is this you are practicing? And so
And
some
also,
yeah.
and
Go ahead.
also they see this badge and they are very curious and asking, so kind of conversation comes up also.
It's good. Some reference, a good cue. So it'd be great to hear what your came up. I'm sure there are some very interesting lines of inquiry, because this is a topic of the intellect and the options. So do type in. Meanwhile, we'll welcome back Prashant, and thank you.
Thank you. You know what we discussed today, the Paras perspective, it changes everything. If we understand it and if we put it into practice, it has a magic within it. It literally frees you from the vices. Vices are not just greed and anger, but anything inauspicious. We have seen in the past, I'm just using the whiteboard, and we mentioned other day that 100% of the sorrows that exist in the world are because of this story, because of the story world. 100% of vices, they are because of this story world. 100% of ego that exists in the world are because of this story world. 100% of desperations, desires are because of this story world. So sorrows, vices, ego, and desperation, desire. And all of this is in the context of the story. See how far we go. We saw yesterday the downward spiral starts. It appears like a little bit cute, okay, a bit like childish, we are claiming this is mine and creating some dependencies. But that spiral takes us to the extreme. In fact, it gathers a momentum as it goes further into the ignorance, crosses the line, it gathers momentum. We literally go into this chicken run and believe that we are chicken. It is as absurd as that. So we start believing that we are Cinderellas of this world, Cinderellas in the story. That becomes our world and our life. And complete blackout from our real world, disconnected. In the last 7 years, the World Health Organization, they use the term emotional disconnect. And they use it in the context of the computer games. So people are playing computer games and they are so carried away by this game that they ignore their family, they ignore their world, their life, including themselves. They don't even eat. So you hear, if you meet some psychologist, you will hear such cases. And the World Health Organization has come with a new diagnosis because of that. And the emotional disconnect is a term used in this context. What we are seeing now is the same thing happening at another level. And so emotional disconnect did not start 7 years ago. Emotional disconnect has been happening for a long time. And in what way it was happening? We were getting drawn into this computer game. And as we are getting drawn into this computer game, we have success, we have prizes here, we have achievements, and we are collecting gold, and all along we are getting disconnected from our own world, disconnected from our family, disconnected from our real home and treasures, disconnected even from the self. This is what has been happening. And we are upside down. So necessary for us to understand that this society and us, we are at present operating in this spell. We are under the spell of this emotional disconnect. Spell because we don't even realize that this is what has happened. Even in philosophy world, they quote Plato. They say, yes, we don't know that we don't know. But as if no one is in a rush to do anything about this. They say it as nice philosophy. But here we are saying this is depriving us of our extraordinary truth. And we have the option to change things. If we are upside down, we need to get back and make it right way up. And with that in mind, every minute we are coming to that paras, we are making ourselves right way up. As was said, getting acclimatized to this completely new way of looking at things. If you are getting used to this idea that this moment you are not this bodily being, not the character. You are not camel, you are not elephant, I'm not here, it is not Prashant. It is a part in the drama. The invisible actor is very different. And the invisible actor existed before the drama started. Earlier the term was used objective language. You are seeing objectively, not the language of I, but objective. That helps to reduce this bombardment of this identity with the Cinderella, with the camel and elephant. That our language cements it. It fixes it. So you are disengaging from that drama there. You're seeing that camel and elephant, and that drama is drama. It is not my drama. It is not my story. It's a story. And you are seeing, engaging with your world. Nice term, which we should get used to this, another term, alokik. Alokik is unearthly. So drama-based is world, it is lokik. And alokik is what is beyond the camel and elephant world. So here you are creating time to experience the alokik. 1 minute, 2 minutes, this world is timeless, eternal, beyond harm. And every minute you are experiencing this, it's a huge luxury, because you are experiencing a mind where there is no beggar and no victim. Story cannot harm you. You are seeing things so differently, opposite of this. And it is a luxury, and it will grow. Every minute you are experiencing it, it gets deeper. Paras also is becoming stronger, and you are seeing this new perspective of the invisible actor. And the truth is good. Truth is immensely beautiful. When we see upside down, we spoil everything. We are ready to fight wars, and we experience. Can you imagine? These are the ones who immensely loved everyone. We said everyone is very, very dear. They are childlike. You won't have a thought of harming them or hurting them. This was the way we led our lives. And the same ones with the same people, they are ready to harm, and they are thinking about getting weapons and creating problems. But that is the way. When we are upside down, everything gets into such chaos. It is like extreme in opposite direction. But that was then. Now we have the choice to bring ourselves right way up and experience the alokik, experience the noble, experience the divine, experience truth, but also experience that supersensuous experiences, experience that original love and original happiness. And every minute we are doing this, paras becomes stronger, and higher consciousness that becomes stronger. Let us hear some thoughts from you.
It's good to step back. We're not trying to fix the theatre, step back, and that is, in a way, fixing things, but it is a new programming, isn't it? A couple of questions came up from here. You mentioned the actor, it's Ben Kingsley, the one that played Gandhi, and afterwards he played several villains. He was a gangster and a terrorist, and violent also. So that was those were the parts. It really illustrates the separation. But if I'm an actor and these are just roles, what is it that prevents a kind of carelessness, like, well, it's just a role and it doesn't matter. It's a villain, it's a virtuous person. Is the question clear?
Yeah. And here what we do, we have the option to play the hero part. And there are some who may be playing villain part, and then we have no problems. We are not blaming the actor for that. We accept the script, but you play the hero part. There are less heroes at the present time, so we need people to play the hero part. Also, as we go further, we will see in this whole creation there is a director also. So we say it's a drama, but we follow the director. And director tells us, you play the hero part. You don't have to stay very strictly behind a certain code, and I'm happy to do that. Another thing that happens when you are in that soul conscious state, and when you are experiencing these feelings of love and happiness and contentment and fullness, and you are in the beyond harm, then you don't feel like it doesn't come to be a villain, to do something that is not in the heart. In the heart is very different feelings. So that part of the villain is not natural. It has to be there inside. Only then he can use the knowledge of the drama to justify it. Say someone has got a greed, and he will find some excuse to justify his greed. But if greed is not there, then he has no reason to act from greed. That is what happens. Natural instinct of everyone is divine. If they come to the right way up, if they get themselves right, inner position is right, then their heart is divine.
It's nice. It's like a reassurance that it's balanced, but it's also natural. We're so used to, trying to be good through whatever structures society gives us of morality, but this is from the heart, and that working at that level, or understanding the principle that it is something we can experience from the seed of security. On this thread, what are the consequences of choosing to play a villain in this world stage? Is this something we'll be covering later?
Yes, we will be covering later, but everything depends on if he is choosing it because that is deeper instincts of villain are there, then it's a different result. And if the inside it is clean and inside is divine, that makes a huge difference.
Now, another area, it was also touched on, others that are in our lives and on the stage, friends, family, they may experience a difference if we are now having a very different perspective and experiencing the benefits, but perhaps they may feel that there is not the same sympathy that perhaps they used to elicit from us. For example, if there's loss, we have this philosophy that you can never lose anything, and so we might not jump in with the same sympathetic response. So they may feel we've become apathetic. Do you want to say a bit more about sympathy, apathy?
Yeah, sure. What happens is in different cultures, people are used to different kind of drama. They are used to make a drama about everything. That is their entertainment. And here it's okay. What people say, we should be able to hear it and let go of it, because everyone is upside down and their opinions from there truly has no value. If they praise you, it has no value. If they criticize, defame, when everyone is upside down, it is irrelevant. Here you have to find out what is right, and you stay with that, what is right. And by doing that, there's benefit for others, real benefit. And once there is real benefit, then they will all say thank you. But at the moment, they might say whatever it is, but we have to understand this. We are in a madhouse, and in the madhouse, you don't worry too much what the opinions of everyone else is.
It goes for us too, doesn't it? Because our own, and it's a strong word, mad, but it's like confusion when we feel we can be harmed, helplessly selfish. The programming is activated from that seed. It's quite blind. We see that in comparison to the secure mindset that is got presence of mind, sees things as they are without taking things personally. It just broadens. So in a way, our first thing to contend with is our own madness of our old programming. But yes, in the world, if there's no hope of seeing contrast, we have a lot of positive influence that if just sometimes even just silence, presence of that gives another option to respond in a different way. So I think, as you say, it is appreciated. It might not always be shared in words, but in time, the benefit that is brought to any environment of someone who doesn't react in that same kind of way. There's a nice quote that I liked, Mark Twain. When you find yourself on the side of the majority, it's time to pause and reflect. There are no other questions. If there's something you want to share finally, we'll...
Sure. So let me talk of the homework for today. I might suggest to draw this Paras sketch. We drew it earlier, and in this Paras sketch, we are showing the theater on one side and our world on the other side. Writing few words there, we saw the contrast between the two sides. The word alokik is very relevant for us. And reminding that there is an invisible actor. An invisible actor is the invisible observer, is a witness of this theater. And the theater is 100% separate from our world. Theater is not our world. Theater is a foreign world, and it is not our story. There are stories. And Prashant is one character within that story. That whole story is not our story, and it is a foreign world. Let the invisible actor see things he becomes conscious and he sees things. Let us grasp that. So that is the homework for drawing the sketch and creating time to experience paras. We also mentioned when you are experiencing paras, go for 100% paras. See it clearly, see how it will be. Drama is a drama. Everything is a drama. Right now, Prashant, this is also drama. Let it be the paras perspective properly. Enjoy.
Enjoy indeed that quality time. So we'll meet again, same time tomorrow, same link, and look forward to hearing your experiences and experiments. Thank you. See you tomorrow.